Hey, everybody, welcome to Phantom Fights. We got a great match for you. It's very late at night. We're shooting this one late, but early in the morning for our Australian folks. Today we got Jay Burnz and Jake Maringoni going up against each other. The question was posed, Nick, is this the latest we've ever shot a match? I don't think so, but it's
argue
close.
it's the earliest.
Some would argue it's the early. Yeah, that's fair. That's true. Nick, how are you doing this fine midnight eve?
Good, Tim. How are you?
You look very sleepy. Are you going to make it?
Shut up.
Okay. So we got Jake going up against Jay. What do you think of the matchup?
I'm excited. They were talking prior to the cameras rolling, and I also noted the same fun fact that they did. Both these players been around basically from the beginning, and don't think they've ever played. Don't think they've ever come across each other in competition, which is kind of crazy to think about when you think about how long both of them have been around. So it's a first, and I'm excited to be here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go talk to them right now in the promos.
What up, dude?
Yo, Jay, what's up? Singles Fandom, we're back. We got Jake. Obviously, Jake knows a lot about movies, but, maybe more so on the Warzone side. I think this is more your territory for sure. I think if we can avoid a lot of Spider-Man questions tonight, you're probably going to be good. How you feeling?
I feel a little weird because I miss having somebody who could match my chaotic energy in like a teams match. So like not having Mark Kamier here may or may not help me out in the long run because he usually keeps that in check because we can just bounce back and forth. And without him here, I just get to run rampant. And I have a number one contender shot at a belt in a different league because of this energy. So I'm hoping I can just use that to hustle myself forward. But Jake is no slouch. I love just listening to this kid. He's got one of the best accents. But I will say this. I hope I don't lose to a guy whose entire country lost a war to birds. Because that would suck.
Yeah, I can't follow that. Good luck, Jake. Better luck to Jay.
So I would like to know what this war is involving Australians and birds, because for whatever reason, I haven't been told about this war. Listen, fandom is just something I do for fun. I enjoy playing fandom. I think Jay is definitely a better fandom player. He has strengths. He has better strengths in fandom than I think I do in fandom. So I think this will be fun. I have an air of a record, but I'm looking forward to this. And this is just like naturally my accent. I don't know what it's just, I'm just born with this. But thank you for the compliment there. We'll see how this goes. I have a little bit of a headache, so I'm gonna stay hydrated, and we'll see how this goes. We were talking about this, but I don't think we've ever played each other, so this will be exciting. Let's go. Hopefully we get Spider-Man questions though. That's what I want. Please, Jesus.
Nick, what did you think of the promos?
Tim, I think both the players here have eloquent speaking voices, accent or not, which is good because we're going to have to hear them talk for a little bit in the next 25 minutes or so.
Yeah, that makes sense. Nick, let's get into it. Round number one, how does it work?
Round number one, it's going to work like this. We have 10 questions in the normal Fandom Fights. Each player will have 15 seconds to write down their answer to the question at the end of 15 seconds. It pens down, at which point you will reveal your answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct from round number one, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number one?
Yeah, Jake, have you really never heard of the Emu War?
Well, it's funny because the emu is a mascot in WA, so I should probably have known about this, yeah.
That was the question.
Your first question comes in the category of Alien versus Predator. And the question is, who directed Alien?
Man, what a time. Have you had the crispy chicken tacos from Taco Bell?
No.
I had one for dinner. It was good. 5, 4.
I had an apple with peanut butter.
1, pens down. Let's go to Jay.
Riddle me this, Scott Harvey, Ridley Scott.
We'll go to Jake.
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott
I was
is.
gonna make a Scott Harvey joke. There.
I stole his
Alright.
line.
Your next question is in the category of fandom quotes. Which Marvel film features the quote, "Soon the world will know the truth that this is a city born of heroes, that one man can make a difference"? Pretty cool quote.
Yeah.
Had the word "can" in it.
Yeah. It was copied from elsewhere. And that word looked like it did from where I copied it.
Nice.
Yes.
5.
You'll all know what we're talking about as you can see it down there.
Pens down. Maybe I'll change it. Let's go to Jake
I legitimately love this movie. It is Daredevil.
and Jay.
I went with the not blind Daredevil Spider-Man.
Daredevil is correct.
Damn it. Good pull, buddy.
I do also low-key
I-
love that movie. So,
See that way too many times.
Nick, what's next?
The next question comes to the category of James Bond. Question is, in The Spy Who Loved Me, what type of transportation does Jaws attack Bond and Amasova on when they are on their way to Stromberg's base, which Jaws gets thrown off of?
So, yeah, what do you think of Daredevil?
I have nostalgia for it.
Yeah,
as well. Yeah.
I remember seeing it in the theater with my dad and like thinking it was like God's gift. 2003 Tim had Spider-Man, Daredevil, Hulk. Like I was X2. I was riding high, baby.
Wake me up.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, Jake. We will go to Jay
I said a boat.
and Jake.
I don't know how to describe it. I just put a mountain rail. It's one of those things that go up the mountain. I can't explain it. It's wrong.
We're looking for a train.
That
Oh,
was even wrong
mother.
to begin with. Fuck.
So,
I think I was thinking of Moonraker.
I was stuck between two.
all right, your next question, guys, is going to be in the category of Mission Impossible. In Mission Impossible, Ethan crushes what glass item to leave outside the apartment after the mission in Prague goes wrong? I looked ahead, so I feel like I can talk about this. That looked ahead into the future, and I think one day we should do a Daredevil watch along and we'll do the director's cut too. An extra 30 minutes of footage.
Yikes.
Why did you preface that by saying you looked ahead into the future?
Depends on like I looked ahead and it's gonna happen. Like we're gonna do it.
Okay.
5. Or I already did the countdown.
You did the count.
It's 12:30 at night. Let's go to Jake
I couldn't recall. I just said glasses.
and Jay.
Said I.
Both incorrect. We were looking for a light bulb. Light bulb.
Oh, okay.
All right, Nick.
It's
What's
just
that?
been the obvious.
Your next question comes to the category Planet of the Apes. In 1968's Planet of the Apes, which character had previously conducted an archaeological dig in the Forbidden Zone? What else did you see when you looked in the future?
Baconators everywhere, as far as the eye can see.
Everywhere. Wow.
Do you know how many baconators you and I probably ate during COVID?
I was more
Did
of
you do
a,
it together on screen?
I was more of a junior baconator kind of.
2. That's true. 1. Pens down. Junior bacon cheeseburger is what you rocked. Let's go to Jay
I said Professor Zaius, Professor Zaius.
and Jake.
It's not Professor. It's Dr. Zaius.
Ah.
Well, you're both incorrect because the answer is Cornelius.
Ow.
Cornelius.
I like my answer better.
Would have been an interesting challenge if it was that.
I agree.
All right, guys, your next question is in the category of the Wizarding World. How many Wizarding World films does Jude Law appear in? Are you a fan of Judy L's?
Is that Superman's Jewish cousin?
That was pretty good. I don't want to dignify your question with a response.
My favorite thing is to just take famous people's names and do that and make Maggie guess what I'm talking about. 5, 4,
Hey,
3, 2,
Sylvie
1,
Styles.
pens down. Let's go to Jake
2.
and Jay.
3.
2 is correct.
I thought he appeared in a flashback in the first one.
So Jake is up 3-1. What's next?
Your next question comes in the category of Pixar. Which Pixar film features the main character and his brother getting struck by lightning at the beginning of the film?
I'm trying to remember what Maggie and I. Oh, we watched 3:10 to Yuma, and I said, "Ooh," which is directed by James Mangold, and I was like, "Let's watch Jimmy M's Jimmy M movie," and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Starring Chrissy B," and she's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "What are you talking? It's got Rusty C's in it, baby."
My
All
I'm gonna ask for a repeat on that, please.
right, that's gonna be Jay's first repeat.
Question again. Which Pixar film features the main character and his brother getting struck by lightning at the beginning of the film?
She got it when I said Rusty C's. She's like, that one was easy, but she said Chrissy.
You watched that film before or prior?
I had never seen it before. No.
But prior to our...
No, it was after.
Ah,
This was literally like 2 days ago.
that's fair.
It was good though. I literally said halfway through the movie, I'm like, man, I really would have known the answer there.
I said Sylvie Styles. Do you know who that is?
Who?
Sylvie Styles.
That's not right.
Pens down. I'd have to think about that one. Let's go to Jake
No, I wrote A Bug's Life. It's not right.
and Jake.
This just isn't any old cheese. Tom the Chevro. Ratatouille.
Ratatouille is correct.
God damn it.
All
12-hour
right,
workdays will do that to you.
gentlemen, your next question is in scores and soundtracks.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
What song does Elsa sing when she first arrives at the frozen river and tries to see who is there waiting for her in Frozen 2? Thank you for letting me ask this question.
You're welcome.
I love this movie. Like, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Like, I am such a weirdo, but I love this movie so much.
Well, anyone says you're dumb.
A lot of people have called me dumb for that.
Sylvie
take.
Styles. Who am I talking about?
Are you saying Sylvie Sals?
Sylvie Styles.
Sylvie
Sylvester Stallone.
Oh,
Thank you,
there
sir.
it is.
2
3,
points.
2, 1. Pens
Take it. I
down.
definitely need it.
Let's go to Jake
I got nothing.
and Jay.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No, the answer is show yourself,
Show us.
which is a
It's
great.
literally the fucking obvious answer. The entire time it's been the obvious answer. A boat.
I was trying to find a way to word the question without saying, like, when she wants the person to show themselves.
That's my
Your
comparable level questioning.
Your penultimate question will come in the category of horror icons. In A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, Freddy kills Jennifer, an aspiring actress, by smashing her into what object?
This is a good one. Show yourself is like
That was a good, I remember what
it's god tier Disney songs. Like
It was
it's
very
so good. And
It's
the fact that other the was the one that got nominated. Stop it. 4, 3,
Stretching my
2,
fingers.
1. Pens down. Let's go to Jay.
Just because it would be pure irony and this fucking type of movie loves it. I said a TV?
And Jake.
TV, not the prime time bitch.
It is a TV.
It's fucking
Literally,
going
Jay was talking about how obvious it was.
That's what I'm saying.
The question, I was like, "Oh my god, this is great!" All right, guys, your final question in round 1 is in Disney live action. What is the last name of the main character Ben in the National Treasure franchise? These movies are here. Let me channel my inner co-host. Sorry. These movies fuck.
I love that. I love that I started that and everybody still uses it.
Oh, you started that?
I started.
You're who I have to yell at about it?
Yes.
Got it.
So you I have to thank for that because
Every time I open Letterboxd and I see Adelaide Spence go, this movie fucks, I was like, I'm going to just
Oh yeah, no. See, it didn't even start with that. It started with the Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
2, 1, pens down. Let's go to Jake.
for the record, I am also to blame for using in my letterbox reviews that this movie fucks. Gates.
And Jay.
I prefer Kevin and Bill, but Gates.
Gates is correct. So at the end of round number 1, I have Jake up 6-3. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
How does round number 2 work?
Round number 2. It's going to work like this. It's the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. Look at 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless they'd like to check down a multiple choice, in which case they will only be worth 1. And be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Tim, what's on the wheel today?
The categories on the wheel today are Worlds of DC, Disney Animation, Middle Earth, Fandom Quotes, DreamWorks Animation, Alien vs. Predator, James Bond, and Scores and Soundtracks. Jake, you are in the lead. Do you want to spin first or defer to Jay?
Second, please.
Okay, so we'll bring in Mr. Scott Harvey, and this is going to be the spin for Jay. And it lands on Alien vs. Predator. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
Could be better, could be worse. What do you think?
The wheel can't do much more to hurt me than it already did in round 1. So I say let's risk it for the biscuit. If
Okay,
it works,
we'll
it works.
spin
If it
again.
doesn't,
I
it
agree.
doesn't.
Okay, this is what you are going to be stuck with. And it lands on Disney Animation.
Okay.
All right. You got multiple choice.
All right, Nick, you want to go ahead and
I also have a childhood.
Yes. Jay, are you prepared for your questions in the category of Disney Animation?
Love you, Scott. Thank you for being here. Sure.
All right. Your first question. Which Disney animated film features a character ringing a bell to warn a town of incoming danger?
Or
If I get this wrong, Caleb Oatman's going to kill me. Chicken Little?
That is correct. For 2 points.
Okay.
I could just see it in his eyes that he knew it. I was
like, what other fucking movie could it be?
Okay. Jay, your second question. The characters Hugo and Victor are what kind of creatures in The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
This is going to make or break me.
5, 4,
Stuck between
2.
Goats, final answer.
That is incorrect.
Fuck,
Jake
it's the other
chance
one.
for a 2-point steal.
Gargoyles.
It's the other one.
That is correct for a 2-point steal.
That's going to hurt. I was stuck between. Those were the two that I was stuck between.
All right, Jay, your third question in Disney animation. Who voices Ariel in The Little Mermaid?
It's going to hurt my heart. Multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, Edie McClurg, B, Susan Egan, C, Jodie Benson, or D, Annie Potts?
C?
C is correct for 1
I
point.
should have just gone with my fucking god damn it. I should have just gone with my gut. I had it. I knew I said it. I said it.
Jay, your penultimate question in Disney animation. What is the first gift given to Aurora by the fairies during her celebration christening at the beginning of Sleeping Beauty?
Multiple choice, please.
Okay, your multiple choice options are: is it A, beauty, B, song, C, grace, D, wisdom?
I'm stuck between two again. Beauty.
Beauty is correct for 1 point.
I was like, it's beauty or grace, and I don't think it's grace because they wouldn't go see back to back like that.
Jay, your final question in Disney animation. Dolores Madrigal has which of her senses enhanced as her superpower in Encanto?
My cousin Dolores can hear a pin drop from a mile hearing.
That is correct.
What I was thinking of.
That is correct.
Because
For
Dolores
2
can hear
points
some
and the
calls a mile
lead
away.
and the end of Jay's round 2.
All right, so Jay gets up to 9 to Jake's 8. So we'll bring back the wheel. Mr. Maringoni, this is your spin.
No way.
And it lands on Spinner's Choice.
Oh my god.
Can I just get a quick rerun of the categories, please?
I guess so. Worlds of DC, Middle Earth, Fandom Quotes, DreamWorks, AVP, James Bond, and Scores and Soundtracks.
Between two, if I can quote my man Jay Burnz, between two.
Bruv.
Sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're good. I get it.
I'll take James Bond. Let's see how this goes.
All right. I will give you your your questions in the category of James Bond.
Good luck, buddy.
Your questions. Are you ready, Jake?
Yeah, let's go.
Which James Bond film features the company Green Planet, a cover for a villainous organization to control natural resources?
Quantum of Solace.
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. What number inspector is the main villain of Thunderball, Emilio Largo?
He is number 2.
That is correct for 2 points. Which MCU actor plays the henchman Dario in License to Kill?
Benicio del Toro.
That is correct for 2 points. Who gets stuck in the trunk of Scaramanga's car in The Man with the Golden Gun?
Repeat the question, please.
All right, that's going to be your first repeat. Who gets stuck in the trunk of Scaramanga's car in The Man with the Golden Gun?
Knick-knack.
That is incorrect. Jay, chance for a 2-point steal.
Do I get to hear the question again?
No.
Oh, that's fair. Paddywhack.
That is also incorrect.
Mary.
We were looking for Mary Goodnight.
Good night. I had that and I was like, oh.
All right, Jake, your
Could've
final
used that.
question in James Bond.
Yeah.
What organization does the character Jack Wade work for in the James Bond series?
Oh shit. I know the 2 movies he's in. Give me multiple choice, please.
All right, your options are A, FBI, B, DEA, C, MI6, or D, CIA.
And can I just get a points update, please?
You are at 14. Jay is at 9.
And I have one use of the repeat of the multiple choice,
You
right?
can get, yep.
Can I just get that again, please?
Yep. Is it A, FBI, B, DEA, C, MI6, or D, CIA?
D, CIA.
That is correct for 1 point.
I was hoping you were gonna say Jack Wade, DEA, just because it sounds
Sounds good.
catchy. It sounds catchy.
All right. So at the end of round number 2, Jake gets his total up to 15 to Jay's 9. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
How's round number 3 going to work?
Round number 3 is going to work like this. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of fandom fights. Once the players hear the question, they can bet anywhere, or once the players hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 3?
No, fam.
All right.
That was a really good Bond round, bro.
The first category you can bet points on is going to be Planet of the Apes. Let's get bets starting with Jake.
0.
And Jay.
You son of a bitch stole my line.
All right, both going 0. Okay. Here is the question. In what part of Will's house did Caesar live in Rise of the Planet of the Apes?
Let me actually spell a word correctly. Jesus Christ.
Tim, your shirt says to call you.
Hey, love it.
Better.
That's
My
too much
favorite.
orange for an old fashioned, but
Fair. I agree. You just need to peel.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're talking Wisconsin, baby. Let's go to Jake.
Knock, knock, let the devil in, but it's attic.
Jay.
technically he lives in the whole house, but he sleeps in the attic.
This attic is correct. So no points lost or gained. It is still 16-9.
Yeah.
As we get into the next category, which is what, Nick?
Star Wars.
Let's get bets starting with Jay.
2.
Jake.
1.
All right. Nick, what's the question?
Question is, which Star Wars film features multiple stormtroopers dying by crashing land speeders into trees?
I'm so tired.
I'm very, yeah.
Do I need to put episode?
If you're asking if we will accept a subtitle,
I am.
yes, we.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have said.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jay
Return of the Jedi.
and Jake.
Return of the Jedi.
That is correct. So it is 16-11. 5-point game. Jay closing that gap just a little bit as we get into the next category, which is going to be the other one, the Trek, the Star Trek. Let's get bets starting with Jake
0.
and Jay.
Oh, fuck. 2.
Okay, here's the stitch. If Jay hits this, we're going to move on. If Jay misses this, the game will be over. So, your question in Star Trek. Who directed Star Trek Generations? I'm so sleepy. I have to work in the morning.
I'm gonna be at the gym in 4 hours.
That's disgusting.
No.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm gonna use a repeat.
All right. Your question again in the category of Star Trek. Who directed Star Trek Generations?
Fucking losing it, man.
Yeah, no, I am too. 5, 4,
Good game.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jake.
Who am I? You sure you want to know? The story of my life is not for the faint of heart.
Jay.
Nicholas Myers.
And your winner,
Fucking hard.
Jake Maringoni. The answer was David Carson. David Carson was the answer. Nick, what'd you think of the match?
Yeah, no, good match. Jay struggled a little bit to get his footing in round number 1, but he was able to make a match out of it in round 3. And Jake just played very solid. The last time we saw Jake, he was down and had to try and make a big comeback, which he's had to do a couple of times in Fandom. In this one, he was able to play well enough in the beginning of the match to sort of play the last round conservatively. And Jay never let off the gas. So at the end of the day, it was a fun match to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get into the post-match interviews. Nick, take it away, starting with Jay.
Absolutely. Jay Burnz. When people talk about sports, like baseball, basketball, things of that nature, they'll often say phrases like, oh, it's 20% physical, 80% mental. This is 100% mental because the actual playing part also requires some mental ability. And you mentioned during the match that you just worked a 12-hour shift and you still came up and put up a hell of a performance against Jake Maringoni. So I think that is a testament to your knowledge, sir, even though you did not come out with the win today. How are you feeling overall about the match and playing Jake?
It was really fun to play Jake. I think had used my last repeat, I probably would have pulled David Carson. I was stuck between 3, and I was like, there's no way it's fucking William Shatner. And that sucks. I second guessed myself in round 2, which could have put me in a better situation. It sucks playing after like a physically draining day to come through and do something that is almost purely and entirely mental, trying to get myself into a mindset where like I literally walked through the door 3 minutes before we started recording. This hurts, dude. Like it fucking sucks. I know I'm a better player than this, and it just kind of sucks, bro. Like no knock to Jake. Jake put up a hell of a match. Like I said, it was simple as fucking round 1. Had we just like used common sense, we probably both would have had more fucking points. No, it just fucking hurts, dude.
Yeah, it was a tough match. Jake got his strength obviously in round 2, which was big. I regret the Planet of the Apes question. Obviously, that could have been a swing there, but round 1 also, it was almost like exclusively from the fringe geek categories, and I know that you're still working on those some, Jay. So that was a little unfortunate from our perspective.
I got the horror icons. That's all that matters.
There you go.
I know that she got her head beat in by a TV, so
Jay will be back. He always is.
Yeah, and at the same time, Jay, like you got a category that I don't know a whole lot of people would associate with you being good at in round number 2 with Disney.
Again, like I told Scott, bro, I had a childhood. I watched movies.
Fair enough.
Most of them were cartoons.
Yeah.
But that's like not a huge category. It's on the fringe, and you still did very well in it. So, Jay, at the end of the day, we'll obviously see you back again.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you for doing this so late. Thank you for accommodating that. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Absolutely. We love the way you play. We love having you around. So we'll see you next time for sure. As we bring in our winner today, Jake Maringoni. Jake, I believe this is win number 2 of the year after you lost to Caleb Boatman prior to the tournament. And as I said, you've had a couple Fandom matches now where you go into round number 3 and you make one hell of a comeback where you like bring it to the second to last or the last question, even if you don't pull it out. But today you were able to play very well. You got your strength in round number 2. You capitalized on it to where you could play round 3. Pretty conservatively, and you wound up with the win today. So, Jake, how are you feeling? You're back at 500 now. That's pretty cool.
500, which is great. That's like where me as a Fandom player should be, at 500 at all times. So I should lose the next match and then win the next one after that, just to keep the balance. I feel really good. I was coming into this knowing that Jay is. I still think Jay is the better Fandom player. I think he puts a lot more time into Fandom than I do. I play to my strengths in Warzone and regular movie trivia. But there are certain aspects of Fandom that appeals to me that I like to play in. Also the fact that Jay has played in multiple title matches in Fandom. I've never been able to get to that point. I think Jay is an underrated Fandom player, but I'm a little disappointed in myself. I should have known the train one from The Spy Who Loved Me. I was thinking of Moonraker and that sequence on the train. I can't even know what it's called. I'm a dumb person. Sorry.
Gondola, I think it was.
Yeah.
I would call it something like that.
Because it's on the mountain and then he bites the cable. That's what I was thinking of, and I screwed that up. And then I knew I had Mary Goodnight. That was the character I had, and I was like, I was confusing the end of Man with the Golden Gun when Nick Nack tries to attack Bond. So I just got in my own head and thought, oh well, in a trunk it should be not this. I was thinking size into this, but I shouldn't have. I should have been thinking of my gut instinct. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. I love Bond. I want to keep using that. Hopefully, we'll see. But I feel really good. 5-5 is a nice record for me.
Yeah, man, I like to hear it. Listen, this is pretty late in the year. We got a teams tournament coming up and some singles title pictures. So this is probably the last time we're going to see you in singles this year. But given this win, we'll see you very early on next year. And now that you're back at 500, is there anyone you want to face off against?
I think he left based on the comments, but Scott, I want to play Scott Harvey. I don't know if that will happen.
Scott is retired at the top of his game.
Retired. That's understandable. I don't know, Dylan. I know he just played in teams. I think that would be cool. As long as it's not like we just go straight up to like one of the best Fandom players, and then I go down and just keep going up. Maintain that sort of steady rising of players, because I don't want to go Caleb Bowman and then play like Mike Hanley. I'm sorry, Mike. I just have to say I love you, Mike, and then come up and then Tim, you like unretire, and then I have to play you, and then I go down, and I just don't want that. I just want.
I never retired. I didn't use the R word. So.
Yep.
Oh,
Nope,
I'm sorry, but I don't want to play you next.
Jake, this is the last we'll see you in singles this year. We will see your team back in some way, shape, or form. So that'll be exciting when we see you and Mark back in the ring, and we'll see you next year, Jake. Congrats on ending with a win.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Tim, wrap it up.
I'm so tired. Instead of taking Jake out, I almost just hit end broadcast. So we need to wrap this shit up. So yeah, great shit from Jay and from Jake. It's always great to have both of them there, and Scott. So Nick, thank you for writing this one. Thank you to the players and the manager. We will see you guys real soon with the next match. But until then, thank you. Have a great night.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.